Hi everyone, Mark Rothfeld with the Rothfeld Insurance Agency, your local farmers insurance agent. With Hurricane Laura and Marco around the corner, wanted to check in, wish everybody the best, and kind of give you some flood insurance FAQs. So I put together a quick slideshow. Want to touch on some high-level bullet points for you all to consider to stay safe. With that being said, let's go here. So just a little bit about the agency. Been around since 2009. We've got a staff of 7. We service over 4,000 insurance policies with a number of awards for flood insurance, business, life, and umbrella insurance. Wanted to give you a little history. The flood program has been around since 1968. It's been amended a couple of times. Nobody wants to talk history, right? I'm a history degree too. I wanted to give you guys a definition of flooding from the flood manual. General and temporary condition of partial or complete inundation of 2 or more acres, normally dry land areas, or 2 or more properties. And the overflow of inland or tidal waters. Hey, we're near the coast, any rivers that overflow. But here's the big one: accumulation of any source. So fire truck hits fire hydrant, floods out the area. Flood insurance can cover that. Want to let you know the availabilities for finished structures and participating areas. And then wanted to give you guys the brief definition of flood zones. A lot of times people say, hey, I'm not in a flood zone. The reality is we are all in a flood zone. It's just coined low risk or high risk. And the definition of the 100-year floodplain means you have a 1% chance of flooding each year. And if you are in a 500-year floodplain, you have less than a 1% chance. Want to let you know what your base flood elevation is. This basically means if your property is built up, then your premiums are going to be much less, whereas if you had an old property and construction changed and now you're below sea level, your premiums could be definitely higher. Wanted to also let you know, if you take out flood insurance while you're in a low risk area, you can be grandfathered. Meaning if FEMA comes around and rezones, which we're really behind in doing so. We haven't rezoned in, we've only actually zoned 30% of the Houston area. So if they do rezone and you're in a high risk area, your rates could stay the same, or you stay in the same zone. Wanted you guys to see a definition of what's covered, high level. Plumbing, electrical systems, AC, refrigerators, things in the garage. Not everything is going to be covered. So these areas in the below the lowest elevation is something to keep in mind, and people can insure their contents. If you rent a house or rent a business, you can get coverage just on those items. Now, did you know 30% of flood claims happen in low-risk areas? So don't say you're not in a flood zone, guys. Everybody is. And then keep in mind, FEMA may not necessarily come in to help, and flooding is the #1 natural disaster that could occur to us. And I talk about never saying we don't need flood insurance. And I want you guys to have a snapshot of rates, right? You can see your primary home versus your residential home versus being content only. You have different options. And if you own a business or own a rental land, like a strip center, we can obtain for coverage up to $500,000. Now, if you don't have a relationship with your insurance agent, we would love to talk with you. I want to give you guys some tips. First is take pictures of everything in the house. Including your closets, and because if we do lose everything, it's hard to remember what we have. And then the other thing is get things off the floor. With the hurricane coming around, if water does trickle up, let's salvage what we can and try to get things elevated. And grab important documents and things that can't be replaced. And then the last thing is, if we do hit the road, please remember, if you see puddles of water and it looks deep, don't drown, turn around. A number of catastrophes occur whenever vehicles drive into large sums of water, and you end up being knee deep, neck deep, God forbid, and a lot of casualties happen in Houston in the past. So we wish you the best. We're here to help. If you have any questions, please contact us today. Thank you and have a great day.